Welcome back, you guys. Another hot sunny day here in Texas. 100+ degrees, but we don't make excuses. We get to work. So as you can tell, I like living on the edge. I'm using Harbor Freight jacks. So the front ones are like super old. I bought those like maybe over 10 years ago, so those are safe. Now the ones on the back, those are the ones that are supposedly issued a recall or something like that, and I was gonna return them, but I seen that the ones that they were replacing them with were cracking on the actual weld. So you know what, I'll just take my chances on these. I don't want to be cracking from the center, but I did put a jack here. I like living on the edge, but not that close to the edge. So guess what time it is? Finally, here we go. It is time to build the exhaust. So I'm gonna do a straight pipe. I think I am gonna have to, I'm gonna do a straight pipe. We'll drive it around like that for a little bit, but eventually I know my wife's not gonna be happy with that because it's gonna be super loud. So I went ahead and got her a muffler. See, it's a 4-inch inlet, 4-inch outlet. This is huge. I'm not a small person, but you guys can see how big that pipe is. And of course the down pipe is 3-inch, so we go from a 4 to a 3-inch. And of course we have two 45-degree bends, and I know what y'all are probably thinking, that is not enough. How am I supposed to make a full exhaust out of 2 straight pipes and 2 45s? We're gonna make it work. The whole point of this entire build is to teach y'all how to save money. All right, so this video is going to be very difficult to make. One, because it's just me, and holding up pipe and cutting and measuring everything and holding the camera is going to be very hard. So I'll do my best to record as much as I can. First, I already realized that I am missing something. So I cut this off of the the old exhaust that came in the car. It's a 3-inch 2-bolt clamp. But the problem is, besides it being all jacked up and bent, this is actually mild steel. So stainless steel is not magnetic. See, stainless, it's not, it doesn't stick to it. See this right here? See, this is magnetic, and I'm not about to spend all this time and money on a stainless exhaust and try to MIG weld a stainless to a 2-bolt clamp. So I went ahead and ordered one. It should be here tomorrow, so that way I can just have everything stainless, because the downpipe's also stainless. So just real quick, let me show you guys something. One of the things that I knew I was gonna need to do is make some sort of like a, I don't know what you call this, like a Z pipe, I don't know, but this is just a painter's tape. It comes off, and as long as you don't heat it up, it doesn't leave any residue. But the shape of the exhaust on the Supra, it comes over here from the passenger side, and then it curves in and then straight back out. So that's where this pipe comes in. Man, it's gonna be super hard to see, but anyways, so I gotta make a pipe that's gonna connect from here to the down pipe. Hope you guys can even see that. And then it curves in here like the way the body of the car is, and it goes out the back. But yeah, so this is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to document everything. So I'll do my best, and more than likely, worst case scenario, I'll tack it all up. I'll, you know, bolt it onto the car, and then I'll show you exactly what I did and explain step by step, but I'll try. One thing I can explain to you guys, and I can show you guys before I start cutting, is so the back part is pretty much a straight pipe with a slight curve right under the diff. I'll cut the pipe here, and then I'm gonna have to do some pie cuts, and with the pie cuts it's gonna curve this pipe up. So it's gonna go down from the rear end, and then it's gonna go up and level out to where I can get close to that Z pipe or whatever you call that. Obviously I will have to do another pie cut or two in the front. It sounds very simple just talking about it, but it's I mean, it's trial and error. It's trial and error, so you just gotta practice, and eventually it'll become a little bit easier. But let me get busy, and then I'll show you guys once I have a little bit more tacked up. All right, boys, working into the night like always. So time went by really fast. It's past 9 o'clock, and I started working on this as soon as I got out of work at 4. But pretty much what I got done is this, and then I also made these pie cuts here. These are 9-degree pie cuts, and what I'll do is, and I'll end up using, this is from the reducer, I'll put one through here and then one here, and it's gonna basically give me that bend I need to connect to the downpipe. And also I'm gonna put 2 of these together. I'm gonna use 1 or 2 to give me the bend I need to go under the diff. But it's late, you guys, so let's follow up with it tomorrow. All right, so the next day I just got done building my son's go-kart or ATV, whatever you want to call that. If you guys watched that video, you're OG, man. Anyways, I finally got the flange that I was needing. So this is the stainless steel flange. It's going to be replacing that old jacked up mild steel one. And finally I have every piece to the puzzle except for some bolts, but this will get bolted up here, and of course the exhaust starts there. So let me put some pieces together and I'll show you what I mean. All right, boys, so I'm not sure how much y'all can see from this, but these are the pie cuts. These are 9 degrees on each side, and the good thing about pie cuts is that, I mean, if you put them all around the same orientation, and you could, like, you know, let's say 5 of these will give you 90 degrees. But the good thing about this is that you can turn these and kind of change the way the pipe's gonna run. So for example, here I did have to turn it slightly so that the pipe can then kind of go straight towards the Z pipe, that Z bend that I made. And basically it'll be a little bit something like that, and this actually tucks up perfectly right under the car. So now I need to tack this up just to make sure it is gonna fit, and then keep on going. I do apologize about this, you guys. So this is a little bit difficult to do by myself, but I'm doing my best. All right, boys, so I got quite a bit done, as you can tell. Look, let me show you guys. Whenever you're building an exhaust, make sure it tucks up really nice. As you can see, it is just about flush with the car. Now doing this requires, you know, a lot of patience. You have to bolt it on, take it off, measure it, bolt it on, take it off, measure it again, adjust, bolt it on, measure it, cut something, bolt it on, measure it, take it off, bolt it on, measure it, take it off. Taking it on and off several times. My back hurts, my legs hurt, I'm tired, but I'm gonna take it off one last time just to show you guys what it looks like. But pretty much now the only thing I'm gonna have to do is install one of those V-bands that I'll show you guys right now. Install a V-band here on this end, and I already have the tailpipe. So the only thing I need to do is make the pipe from here right under the diff, and I should be all finished. But it's getting late and I have to edit the video for you guys for today. But let me show you guys what I've got done. All right, so that's me taking it off the last time for today. So this is basically the mid pipe. The 3-inch down pipe goes to here. Then we got this 3 to a 4-inch, and then it curves under the trans. And I bought these really nice V-bands. These are interlocking V-bands. Here, I'll show you. See, that goes in there, and normally it gives you a nice seal. But pretty much the only thing that I need to do now is put this V-band on the end like this. Like that. Okay. So the V-band and goes up into this. Now these are just a 45 degrees. So basically I had it a little bit too long and I couldn't curve this upwards to tuck it up under the car. So I had to cut the tacks off, take this much off this pipe, pushed this one back, and I was able to tilt it up more to tuck it in under the car. I thought I was done, but then I had to redo it all. And also, one of the things I want to teach you guys, and these are really nice V-bands. Learn how to do pie cuts. This is a 9-degree pie cut on each side. Learn how to do them. These will be your best friends, especially once you start doing, you know, getting into like weird curves. For example, this right here, this isn't just a curve like this. Let me show you. You see how it curves down, but then when you look at it, it curves out. So this pipe literally curves down and around like this, so it kind of goes like this. And you're able to do that with these pie cuts. So basically what these pie cuts allow you to do, so let's say here, this is just pretty much like a sharp bend, but let's say you want it to bend, but then you want it to twist it, so you're gonna bend down and then the other way. And you could just basically clock these and make all these sort of like extravagant curves on the piping, where on a mandrel bender you probably can't do that. And not only that, mandrel bends are very expensive. Pie cuts, if you want to buy the pie cuts, the 4-inch are very expensive, too expensive, so you're better off just making them. 2.5, 3-inch pie cuts are pretty cheap. You could just buy them. But that's a little bit more progress today. Like I said, I already have this right here. This is the pipe that I already cut and measured for, that goes under the diff and out the tail, out the back bumper. So the only thing I need to do is make a pipe from the mid pipe to the tailpipe, and that's only going to require, I think it's maybe 1 or 2 pie cuts, which I already have made. I actually made 10 of them. I don't even need that many, but I got a little trigger happy. But yeah, all right guys, so let me follow up with you guys tomorrow or whenever I can finish this off. All right, let's finish this up. So this is the mid pipe bolted up. I got a jack here holding it up. So my original plan was to do a straight from here all the way to right under the diff, but that is not going to be possible because it has a slight trying to get another car here, because it has a slight bend. Because if I were to do the pipe straight from here there, it would go and just hit the drive shaft bushing here. So I'm gonna have to go straight. What is that, maybe a good 10 inches? Go straight here, do a slight curve. Might use one of these pie cuts. So straight, slight curve, straight all the way here, and then a pie cut and right out the back bumper. So I think that'll work. Let me give it a shot, and let's see. Cross your fingers. And there she is. This is where it connects to the mid pipe. That slight curve that I told you I needed, and then right out to under the diff. Now this might seem easy, you guys, but it's actually a little bit more complicated than it looks. Let me explain. All right, so first I got about 12 inches worth of straight pipe right here. This is a 9-degree pie cut, but I don't know if you can tell, I had to cut this. This is about 27 inches of straight pipe, but I had a little bit of a issue, man. It was like ½ an inch from clearing the diff holder, the brace, whatever you call it. And well, I decided to cut this straight pipe here. I cut it at a 4.5 degree angle, so in a way it's kind of like a pie cut, but only one-sided. And I don't know if you can tell here, you see it's like slanted. So I gotta, this is a straight, this is not at an angle, this is the pie cut 9 degree, and then this pipe right here is at 4.5 degree, and it gave me the exact amount that I needed. So let me put it in the car and I'll show you. Tired of being under here, you guys, but I'm almost done. See, and just like that. I hope you guys can see it, but it gave me a perfect enough space to bend it there, So it's weird because of the angles. The angles are not perfectly lined up. It's kind of like twisted like this and then down, because if not, it was going to be hitting the diff, and it was gonna, if I would have made it straight, it would have been just straight here. But what I did is I made it angled that way and down at the same time, since it's basically 2 pie cuts. That's the awesome thing about pie cuts. You can make them do whatever you want. So now the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the clamp, the V-band clamp on that side. I'm gonna basically just rest that pipe here on the jack, and I'm gonna make the pie cut that I need from here out to the back, and I should be done tacking it up, hopefully. All right, there it is with the pipe all snugged up with the V-band. It's looking good. Now, of course, check this size to make sure it's still good clearance. I mean, you can't even see the pipe from here, so it's doing really good. Looks cool from back here, right? Missing a piece though. This is where it's gonna get hard. This is where it's going to get hard. So basically, I need some sort of pie cut. This is not a 9-degree pie cut. I'm not sure what this is. So I'm thinking about measuring the distance from here to here, and then from back here, and cutting out a piece that will give me about that angle. But we're almost there. Literally 1 piece away. I impressed myself. I think it was Chucky that on one of the last videos he commented, am I in the right line of work? Maybe I'll get into this fabricating stuff. I'm starting to really enjoy it. Check this out. I literally made 1 cut. All I did was measure the distances just like I had previously told y'all, and look at that. I literally got it perfect. I am honestly amazed. Let me tack this up so that way I can see how it looks like. All right, and just like that, we're good. Just gotta make some hangers. Hanger back here, hanger right there, and I'll be all set. So unfortunately, I was gonna make the hangers, but the rod that I have is mild steel. So change of plans. I'm gonna go ahead and just take it off so that way I can start practicing on my stainless welding. I want to get some practice in before I go in and weld all those pies and pieces together. So let me take it off, and that way you guys can see exactly what it all looks like. And there it is. Oh man, I'm tired. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys off on this one just like that, because basically now I'm just gonna practice on my welding, make sure I got the stainless welding down pretty good, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start welding everything, back purge it. And I can't make the hangers because the rod that I have is mild steel. I'm gonna order some stainless rod, and that way I could just, you know, I want everything on the exhaust to be stainless. So I'll get it all welded up, make the hangers, put it on the car, and that'll be it. But pretty much, you guys, I just want to show you, this is how much pipe I had left out of everything that I had to begin with. It took me a few days, a little bit longer than I anticipated, just because I had a little family get together and stuff. But I think all in all, in about 3 days, plus that's considering that I do work. So once I get out of work, I come out here and work on the car, and that's about 3 days worth of work for me. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I took 14 to 15 hours, you know, fabbing it all up. Of course, I still need to weld it. That's another few hours to weld all that stuff. But I mean, you guys can do it too, man. I mean, honestly, like I said, get familiar with pie cuts. You know, like I said, these are 9-degree pie cuts. These right here, these are 9-degree pie cuts. And remember I told you these I had to clock them just to kind of make the little weird bend. Honestly, like, the hardest part is just holding everything up and putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, take it off, and that's really hard because it gets you really tired and your back starts to hurt after a while. If I had a lift, that would be great, but I don't, so whatever. We don't make excuses, remember that. So you don't need no lift, we don't need no fancy stuff. Look at that little tiny ass garage, and this is what I'm doing. You guys can do it too. Now, one thing I do want to explain to make it clear, this right here is a straight pipe. This is a straight pipe. If you guys see anybody else where say, oh, I straight pipe my car and it has a big ass fat muffler right here, a big can, that's not a straight pipe. That's not a straight pipe. This is a straight pipe, okay? This with the big old muffler is not a straight pipe. I don't know why people say that, oh, I straight pipe my car, but there's a big old muffler on it. Straight pipe. Sorry guys, I had to say that. Now we are gonna leave the car straight pipe for a little bit, but then eventually, I mean, as y'all saw in the beginning of the video, I do have a muffler for it. I know whenever my wife drives it, it's gonna be a little bit too loud for her, so I'm gonna do like one of those quick slip fit connectors. So I'm gonna cut the pipe and then slip the muffler on, and whenever I get to drive the car, I'm gonna put the straight pipe back on it. So best of both worlds, and I'll probably end up doing that to my Supra too. But all right guys, just want to show you guys this. I know it's a lot of information in one video. I'll do my best to put it all into where it makes sense, but don't be scared to do this, you guys can do it too. And until then, stay tuned for some welding videos, whether it's my progress or a disaster, I don't know, we'll find out. But I appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.